What's going on, you beautiful fuckers? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a great day. We are here with episode 11 of Curse of Strahd. So far, so good. Nobody's died yet.
Yeah.
Well, we had one death, but, you know, fuck that. I forgot. Oh, announcement. Florrie's Magical Misfit. They have potions, D&D stuff, dice rollers, etc. Check those out in the description below if you're watching on YouTube. If you're here right now, exclamation point Florrie's in the chat. Get you that link. Exclamation point fourth wall. Or if you're watching on YouTube, description down below. Get your Bloodbath merch, get Swanson merch, etc. All on there. They're pretty cheap. Hats, t-shirts, hoodies, etc. Anything else? Nope, that's about it. All right, Punk.
All right, so I'm gonna go back to the top of my notes page. Basically, once the hag was dead, and we got the gem, or the the gem that belonged to the Wizard of the Wines, we ventured our way back to, or we were on our way back to the Blue Water Inn when we stumbled across a battlefield of something almost like from the past, almost like a war reenactment that was happening all around us. Now, these were kind of ghosts and ghostly figures. Once they died, they would turn into mist. And in that little war reenactment scene or whatever, we actually saw a silver dragon flying overhead. And it had stopped to perch over a black house, and which also happened to be one of our cards that we got from the Vistani when they read our fortune. We did eventually make it back to the Blue Water Inn, where we finally got a real formal introduction of Freno, our new compatriot. Drago decided to go away to go study and become more informed because he felt like he just wasn't knowledgeable enough about this land. And then we introduced or brought in Grimjaw. We found out that Grimjaw is Ray's cousin, and they have a familiar family bond. And we eventually, the next morning, tried to make our way. Currently, we're on our way to the Wizard of Wines with the gem to give back to them. And we also did, and it was very insistent, that we brought the Wizard of the Wine's son, Erwin, who is the owner of the Blue Water Inn, with us. We did manage to stop at the smithy and get Grimjaw's greatsword silvered, and then we had loaded up on the carts, and it was basically like the ending episode of an anime where they're getting ready to set across or set sail. And I think that's where we left off for sure, as we were all headed back to the Wizard of Wine.
Anybody else got anything they want to add or subtract from that?
Oh, actually, I should add this. I apologize. I should have added it before. Now, Freno actually did a little reconnaissance work with the lovely little past circus performer in the tavern. I can't remember. What was his name, Skinny?
Rictavio,
where he found out, due to them both speaking Elvish, that, and them having a private conversation, we'll add that in, he found out that Rictavio is, I believe, an agent of vampire hunters, sort of Van Helsing-like. Yes? No? Am I
Yep.
itching the scratch? Yep, perfect. And he was actually sent to, I believe, kill Strahd. So he has his own ulterior motives. Now, none of our characters except for Freno know that. But it's whether Freno chooses to really dive deep into that. I know he told us that we shouldn't worry about him and that he's not a person of interest when it comes to the lands, but I don't think Freno did give us a full spec'd out detail on what he was.
Correct.
Okay. I think that should cover it with a blanket.
I think that gives us a good summation. Anybody else, anything that they recall, remember, just as a curiosity, not as like anything you missed in notes necessarily, Punk?
Sweet.
Last I knew of, we found out that Ivan or Irvin or whatever his name is.
Erwin.
Yeah, his cart is pulled by an oxen, and we left off with Chuck getting on his wolf, Jeffrey perching up on Chuck's shoulder, and everybody else getting on the wagon.
Good enough. That will put us then starting. But something went wrong. Oh, I don't like that at all.
Not on
There we
the
go.
end.
Oh no, normal village. What could this mean?
So, did that load up for everybody right away?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Huh. So it's just on my end. Okay. Good enough. So, this is us after we got out of the smithy. We are just now crossing through the gates of town again to head back to the Wizard of Wines. I promise one of these weeks I will find more image for your traveling road. But here we find ourselves
shit.
again on the old dusty trail yet
On the
again.
road again.
How many times are we gonna pass these same old trees?
This place just looks so familiar. So we've got Punk and Freno and Ray and good Lord Swan, a sloth in the back of the wagon. I'm riding shoddy with Chuck. Is there anything as you guys make this brief travel? Anybody want to talk about anything amongst yourselves as characters on the road trip?
Anyone want bread?
I'll
I'll
take
pass,
some
Chuck.
bread, friend.
It's fresh.
More for me.
It might be wet.
I think it's fresh. Shoot, why'd I put this one in? Oh no. When did I put this one in? Does anyone know?
Not
This
yet.
morning at breakfast, sweetheart. This morning at breakfast.
No, but I know I put more in there. Have I been taking it out? Have I switched them? I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, big guy, up here.
Yeah? Yeah?
Is there any weird blue-green stuff on it?
No.
You're good.
Oh, thanks, friend. I can't bite into it.
It's rock hard.
Wait,
So good.
wait. Give me 1 minute. I can't do it. Anyone need a rock?
No, I'll
know-
pass.
You now just acquired thrown weapons. Breadsticks that are 13 days old.
Chuck Chuck now has Chuck now has new ranged weapons.
Yeah, I had to go from creating custom beard for bread to custom ranged beard bread.
Well, I guess we're gonna make that a new ranged weapon for Chuck.
You Chuck Norris stuff.
I cast breadstick.
As it flies in the air, there's hair attached to it, yelling and making a whistling noise.
Whoa.
Next
Oh, you really whizzed that thing.
Next episode of Curse of Strahd, Chuck now has bread as the range
Today we're
weapon.
talking about weaponized breadsticks. Alright, so the rest of you guys cruising in the wagon. Obviously, Chuck's gonna have to search for some softer bread. What are you guys gonna converse about while we're traveling down the road here?
The dragon.
Which one?
The one that was in the mist, the one that had the silver hue to it.
Ah, that one.
I'm not sure if it was actually silver, but it did reflect silver.
That's what it looked like.
More wondering about that black house behind it. That wasn't the cars, remember?
Yeah,
Black house with the silver dragon.
I can get us back there when we're ready to. I have things marked down.
Fantastic. So I want to go there next once we get rid of the stone and get Ray another cask of wine, so he's happy.
Oh, no more
Okay.
feeding the drunk. He's sober.
Oh no, he fights better when he's wasted. Really.
Fair enough.
Well, just wait till you see him in real action and not just fighting a treehouse.
Okay, I'll take that answer of Treehouse.
He's stayed
was
behind
a-
more than once.
It was
although,
a
yeah.
damn mobile home. It was not a treehouse. That was a mobile home.
Again. It was
Yeah,
under
I'll give you that.
enchantment.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
We had this discussion
Mobile
last time,
home.
Ray. No, not mobile. Enchanted.
An enchanted mobile home. I've never heard of such things.
Oh, you two are ignorant, aren't you? You've never seen enchanted things, have we?
I've seen enchanted things, yes, but an enchanted mobile home? Simply out of my scope of reality.
Breno just
He's
turns
seen
his
some
head and
D&D mobile
shakes
homes,
and
but he hasn't seen an enchanted one. Ooh.
Right.
yeah, Breno's just gonna
If it's-
listen to the conversations here.
If it's enchanted, does it become double wide?
Oh, good point, cousin. Freno, you seem to have all the answers. Does it make it a double wide?
I don't know if you think it's a double wide. It was an enchanted house on a tree.
Oh, a house. Okay. I thought you were talking about a mobile home.
No, Ray's talking about this mobile home that he speaks of. I've never seen such feats, but I believe this was enchanted because somebody pulled the gem out and look what happened. It stopped. It's like they took the wheels out from underneath it.
Cousin, you have many stories to fill me in on. This is not making sense.
How do you think I feel?
Okay, well, look at it this way. Imagine a giant old oak, 100 feet in diameter, and someone builds a house in it. A witch.
Okay.
She uses a gem to make the tree enchanted or alive so that if it gets attacked, it can uproot itself and use its roots to throw boulders at anybody that threatens it. Because it can move on its roots, that makes it mobile, hence a mobile treehouse home, mobile home. Enchanted mobile home.
See,
When we
she
removed
gets
the
it.
I
stone,
see.
when we removed the jewel, the house became a pile of sticks. Not
I
even
s-
enough to make a bonfire.
Yes. And in Draconic, he's gonna like lean back over towards Ray, and he's gonna be like, "Is that one all right?"
I absolutely
yeah.
am.
She
Wait, do you speak Draconic?
Yes, I do.
Shit. He's just gonna look up like this and literally in Draconic go shit.
Not on the floor, it draws flies.
This wagon's
just
going to
gonna-
get really heavy.
Okay, all right then, understood. Does anybody else speak mine and my cousin's language? Have I been making a fool of myself?
Or in common?
Draconic. Oh no, I asked it in common. Sorry.
Okay.
I can understand you right now.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
you. But when you
Okay.
spoke that barking dog language, I didn't understand it.
Jeffrey
Barking
just pats him on the
dog
head. Good job, buddy.
Barking dog language. Ugh.
I've heard it called a lot of things, but never that.
That's what
No,
it sounds
me
like to
either.
my ears.
Hey. For now,
Any other conversations?
you were talking to Rictavio. What was that about?
What do you want to know about him?
I mean, did he give it any information about what he was doing, what he was planning to do? You know, what he was looking for in this area? Anything like that?
I mean, I'll tell you everything if you really want to know. He's here on a mission too. His mission's different than what mine is, but he's after, you know, I can't think of his name right now because of the mobile home comments we've been going through here.
Old Strahd.
Old Strahd. That's the guy's name. Oh, I like you guys, but enough of the mobile homes. Let's move on from this one, yeah? Anyhow. Yeah, so he's actually here to eliminate Strahd as well.
Wait. As well?
Yes.
So you're here to eliminate Strahd.
Nope, I'm not.
You're here for the sword.
Yes.
Are we here to
That's-
eliminate Strahd?
I thought we were here
I'm
to get chocolate
confused.
milk.
We have to find a brown cow.
Your fifth
Ugh.
card reading was telling you about Strahd. So that's how you know that you were here to get him.
I don't remember that.
Other than the fact that he's been torturing you, tormenting you, and trying to kill you the entire time.
Think
Yeah, he
about
seems to have taken a particular liking to separate and make me distrust you guys.
it. He took the last brown cow. We need to kill Strahd so we can get some chocolate milk from the brown cow.
That sounds like a plan.
That's poor brown cow. How now? So anyhow, that gentleman that you're so curious about, Three, I don't know I can persuade him because there is a conflict between me and him, but depends on where he hails from.
What
If
kind of conflict?
it's a clan thing. Rogues, thieves, they all have their own clans.
Okay.
His clan and my clan don't really see eye to eye. But his
Is one of them
intentions are
too
not
short?
that. It's kind of a steeple taller.
Maybe they should lower it. Or give one a booster seat.
But other than that, he doesn't seem like a bad guy. He likes to mind his own things. I mean, I bet you if there's a time in need, he would probably help take arms. But That's up to him. I'm not gonna force him into something.
Do you think that he would be a good ally to have if having him as an ally should arise?
I don't know. I haven't had a chance to fully gauge him, just besides the conversation I had with him that night.
I think we should hold judgment. We don't know enough about him yet.
Yeah, it's always caution to the wise. I always sleep with one eye open just for that reason.
You must not get a lot of sleep.
I don't need a lot of sleep, Chuck.
Oh?
I only need 4 hours. The rest of y'all need 8. I can pick my sleep. I don't always have to sleep.
Oh. I wish I could do that. I always seem to sleep in late.
That's actually true how the dice have worked this entire time on your sleeping schedule, too.
Chuck, I hate to say it, but when you came to bed that night, you picked the wrong bed. I was being nice. Ray over here made a snarkle and I heard it, Mr. Ray. I didn't say anything though.
Are we getting close to the winery?
I don't know.
Well,
are we? We're still talking.
Now that we got that figured out, I think we should get this buggy moving a little faster and get it down the road so that way we can get this gym back, so that way we can get some better spirits around this area.
I'm gonna see how close we are to the winery.
At this point, you're about 2/3 of the way through the trip. I need everyone to give me a D100.
Oh.
Okay. Oh.
All right.
Ew.
Oh no.
Okay.
This does not fill me with confidence.
5. 87. 52.
Come on, here in the bottom of the mat.
67.
36.
36. All right. And then, I need to. Where did it go? Here we go. Oh, and bang. I have no idea who that's rolling as, but we'll find out.
That just rolled as a
rolled as
dungeon
me.
master.
It rolled as me. It was supposed to be as Jeffrey, but I can't do it, so. Okay. So we do that. Okay, carry on.
Oh. Why do I have a bad feeling now? Something feels off.
Whatever it is, I am blissfully unaware of anything going on out of the ordinary.
Oh. I wish I was. Now I'm just here with my bread.
Any other conversations anybody want to have? So we've got just a short little stint before you're there. So if you want to get it out now, get it out now. Otherwise, we'll be there.
We're on that, but
Are
anybody
we there
else?
yet?
Petulant child.
Okay, so with that, we end up back at the Wizard of Wines. Obviously, the tokens are still left in old places. Nothing's been moved because really none of this matters. This is just a map just to be at. So as you crest that muddy trail and where that mysterious shrouded figure had been watching you before, there's just a couple of ravens in trees, gently cawing at you every once in a while as you slide down the trail through the mud, towed by your oxen. As you approach the front entrance, everybody dismounts from the wagon. I'm assuming nobody's going to try to do a real neat dismount.
What? I can't. I think you assumed correctly. Unless someone wants to do a backflip.
Are you going to do a backflip?
No, let's do a backflip.
Hey,
Let's
I
do it.
found
Chuck just
found
feels a
one.
weird urge to do a backflip.
one at the
Yeah.
horse.
Give me an athletics check.
Or would it be acrobatics?
I mean, kind of yes.
The answer is yes.
23. He does a double backflip off his wolf.
Sticks the landing.
And then gives the wolf a paw 5.
Oh god. For curiosity's sake, did you tell Jeffrey to get off your shoulders before you did that?
No.
Oh boy.
Give him a dexterity saving throw.
Jeffrey just goes, "Ah!" Okay, good. It came out to a 14. He bounces off the ground, stands up like, what? Warn me next time!
Oh, sorry. I wanted to backflip.
Great dismount, by the way.
Thank you.
So, at this point, I even have to go back and look this up now.
So the Raven's standing there holding cards going 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
And the French Raven's a 4.5.
Oh. This is the best day of my life. Oh.
I have to find. I can't find. Why? I can't find the name. There it is. Wait.
Where's Grimjaw?
Yep. Not where is Grimjaw, how is Grimjaw.
What is
And he's
Grimjaw?
feeling pretty sad because he's not on the board.
I'll get to it just a second. Alright, we're just going to call him the Wizard of Vines right now because I can't find his name.
That's fine.
So, upon hearing all of the commotion of someone's said dismount, the Wizard of Wine comes rushing out to see what all the commotion was, and he sees all of you guys standing there, and you see his mouth visibly open, and his eyes start to like grow wide almost. Like, he can't tell if he's seeing ghosts or if you're really there.
Hey,
And then
Skinny.
he looks over and he sees the, yeah,
Gavia.
Gavia.
Gavia. Davia.
Thank you. Good job, note taker. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
And his eyes grow wide, and then he glances over and he sees the ox in the cart. He looks back to you, kind of cocks his head to the side. Oh, how is it that? And then he sees his son as he's stammering over his words, trying to figure out how you, as a group of adventurers, are still alive. And then it goes from shock and awe to anger. What are you doing here? Erwin just kind of shrinks down, kind of clambers towards the back of the group. You can see him. Father, I've brought some people that you know of. They've brought you something. Well, what is it?
I'm going to tell him to give his dad. Erwin, you need to give your father the stone. Show your father the stone. Please.
I think Ray's got it right now, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Ray, can you give Erwin the stone so we can show his dad?
Oh, he's already got it.
Okay.
Give it to him back
Show him
at
the
the
stone.
inn.
Show him the stone.
He walks forward like a dog that's been beaten. I mean, he is cowering. He is looking at the ground, moving slowly, and even when he goes to hand it to him, he doesn't even look up. He just kind of hands it forward. And yet again, you see his demeanor begin to change a little bit. He's like, "Where did you find this?" And he'll just turn around to you guys, Erwin will, and point to the group and be like, "They brought it."
Your son actually commissioned us to bring the stone so he could bring it to you. We did this for him so he could give it to you.
He goes back to his son with a scowl. "So you thought you could send more adventurers to their death, trying to make up for your mistake?"
We didn't die. I'm very much alive.
The big one. He's a bit thick, no?
Yes, I'm thick. Look at these guns.
Thick with two C's.
When we took on this quest, we knew what we were getting into, almost. But we retrieved the stone from the person who stole it. Baba Yaga is dead. And
You
this
see him
is
kind
the
of,
stone.
when you mention that name, he slowly raises his head. The witch. You killed the witch.
We actually launched her. No, Chuck launched her across the river, and she rather into the ground.
He kind of looks over the
Witches
group.
don't bounce.
Well, he looks back to his son again. "We will talk later. The rest of you, come with me." And
Okay.
you proceed to walk on and around back towards some of the vines that you saw coming in, so that it's not going to be on the map here, but back towards the muddy trail that you came in on. As you're doing that, you see Erwin taking the ox and the cart back to town to go retrieve what they can. He takes you out to this field, and he looks at the gem and he inspects a little bit closer and he sees the chip in it. Anyone care to explain this?
I tasted it.
He looks over the rest of the group going, "What do you mean he tasted it?"
Well,
Chuck, have you got any bread left in your beard?
Yes.
Can you bring one out, please?
Okay.
Grabs a beard, grabs a bread from the beard.
You
When
want
we
it?
were. Yeah, I'll take it for a minute. So, when we were getting ready to leave the area after we killed Baba Yaga, we didn't have any place to safely store the stone. So he asked Chuck to store the stone in his beard where he keeps his bread. When he did that, the stone got inside the piece of bread, and I make a motion like my fist in the bread, and he put it in his beard. Being the gentle soul that he is, when he was hungry, he forgot that the stone was in the bread and nearly broke a tooth before he realized that the bread he chose to eat had the stone in it. Hence the dent. I'm sorry.
That boy is smooth-brained.
But he is very smart. Believe it or not, he's got that floaty.
Let's just hope this works. Who was the one that retrieved it from the hut?
That would
Well,
be
I pulled
Ray.
it out of a hole.
Wait, was it Chuck that pulled it out?
Yes. I pulled it
You've
from the hole.
You've got to be kidding me. Smoothbrain did this.
Yes, he did.
What's his name?
Chuck. What, little Chuck? His dad is Big Chuck, and his brother is Other Chuck. So, this is Little Chuck.
My dad is biggest Chuck.
He motions to you. You guys have now got out to the vineyard itself. Little Chuck, come here.
Okay. Walks over.
He hands it to him.
Oh?
What shape is that?
I don't remember what shape it is. Is it diamond shaped?
We were never told what shape the gem is in.
No. That's why I just wanted to create a moment of confusion for him.
I genuinely don't know.
Yeah, no, it's fine. You guys were never given the actual shape of it. So you're just gonna look at it confused, right? He's gonna go on this wine vine. Great.
Huh?
And it's back.
Wow. I don't know what happened there.
Discord had a hiccup.
I guess. So he's gonna point down to the grapevine and be like, do you see that hole in the bottom of that grapevine that goes into the dirt?
Yeah.
Does that look like it's the same shape as this? And he points back to the crystal that he's holding now, or the gem.
I guess so.
See if you can put that square gem in that square hole.
Okay.
Just gonna. He's gonna throw it.
Jesus.
Place it, like, in your hand in the hole.
But it's in the hole. I just threw it. It's right there.
Oh shoot, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's
I
a
just-
26.
Oh, dang. Okay, my bad. I did not see you roll on that. I was actually gonna have you roll for like trying to put it in because
Yeah,
it would be fun. But
It was the net 20.
he beat me to it. That thing just slices in there. It doesn't even touch the side of the fence post.
Swish.
That thing, once it gets through that fence post and buries itself into the soil, over the next 30 grapevines, you see a ripple of green and blue glide across the ground. The old dead vines that were withered slowly begin to crackle and churn and turn back to green as they open up and leaf out. And within about 15 minutes, those 30 rows look like nothing else in the area. It's a vibrant, beautiful green. There's almost a fragrance of the growing plant in the air now that changed from this dead, moldy, misty area that you've been in to almost a semblance of life being recovered. And the Wizard of Wines has a smile on his face that you haven't seen ever from this man. He's normally a pretty grim and angry, crotchety old man. And he just turns back to the party and he goes, "We can make wine again. Granted, this is only the grapes for our lowest one, but we can start again."
Yeah, maybe you can quit talking to us in capital letters and start talking to us in lowercase letters and being more friendly.
Yes, I am sorry. It is hard to be cheery when your entire world is destroyed by either a witch and her magic or druids and berserkers and trees.
Well, I mean, now you won't have to deal with the ravens and scarecrows attacking you as often as well. And, you know, I understand the predicament that y'all are in with these attacks happening and everything. But how do you think we feel while we're trying to get these things for y'all and getting our absolute ass whipped trying to get these things for y'all so that way y'all can be happier? Little, you know, gratitude and little less I would say aggravation and frustration and, you know, just all around grumpiness, I guess you can say, with us would be, you know, greater appreciative.
I understand that. You have to understand, when my son first lost the first crystal, that was the beginning of a domino effect that ultimately was going to lead to our demise. You have started the very first step in fixing that.
How
And
did
I
he lose the
understand.
crystal?
He already informed us of that. He told us that his son was smitten with another woman and
Oh.
didn't stay on task as he was supposed to. And they got stolen by druids and everything like that.
Speaking of, can I convince you to go get the second crystal so I can start growing our champagne?
I don't know.
It may take some time to get that. It really depends on what our party is planning to do. We will discuss amongst ourselves what we are going to do. We do have other tasks in this realm that we have to take care of, but we will conversate amongst ourselves to figure out if we want to continue to do this, or we may divert our attention to our other quests that we need to do before we continue our quest to gather the rest of these. Which
Question for you, sir.
I know
Simple
y'all.
question for you,
Good. Good.
cousin. I apologize for interrupting, but Mr. Davia, as it is, where is the? Do you have any inkling of where the second gem, I believe you called it, is?
It's in Yester Hill. And
Well,
I can promise you it's worth your time to go. There are a couple of weapons that have been stowed up there.
What kind of weapons?
From fallen people who have attempted to go there.
Would this be a black house guarded by a silver dragon?
All I know is that there are black stones up there.
Are those the weapons?
we will have to find out. Honestly, this sounds like, what's the term? Two birds, one stone. We are headed to a black house that is guarded by what looks to be a silver dragon. After that, we can take a look for your second gem. If we're lucky, they'll be in the same area. I cannot promise much, but we will try.
And if and when we find it, we'll bring it back to you.
I will make it worth all of your time and effort.
As I
You should be nicer
said,
to your child. That was very aggressive in the beginning and quite strange. I don't understand why you were so upset, but I hope you take solace in knowing that your son here has been quite kind, especially to me and to the rest of my cousin and his friends.
He's taken very good care of us. He's been very gracious. In room and board.
Mostly because he was desperate to rectify his mistake of almost ruining the only source of happiness in this entire realm. But I'm glad that he's treating you well.
That's good. The fact that he tried is the important part. I have met many an individual who never tried to right their wrongs. He is not one of them. He's a good man.
the main reason why your son did come is because we did, I wouldn't say persuade, but we did convince him, I guess would be a better word, to come with us to reconcile with you and to squash whatever issues y'all might have. I know y'all have y'all's indifference.
His internet is.
I know y'all
cracking
have.
out.
I know y'all have y'all's indifferences and stuff like that, but I do think y'all need to reconcile with each other in order to come to terms. Y'all are family at the end of the day, and blood is thicker than wine.
He will return for his wine. I will speak with him. I appreciate your perspective. We've spent too many years apart.
I do know that the wine and everything is what brings happiness to this area, but yours, his, and his family's happiness will also bring happiness to this area for y'all, if not for you and him and the inn itself. Because right now, with his mindset that it is right now, it is not gonna help the inn if y'all do not reconcile y'all's differences.
We will begin to work on it. You said a black house with a silver dragon. Was it a real dragon or was it a foggy dragon?
It was
It
a
was
very foggy dragon, I was told.
We were in the fog. There was a ghostly battle going on.
Stop. Hold.
Seriously?
Big hold. And the reason why I'm saying hold is because y'all were told about it, but y'all weren't actually there. Me and Ray and Freno saw it, but the rest of the
Yeah, you're
party,
right.
if y'all remember
Wait a
it,
minute.
where y'all were
But-
in the back holding back,
Okay.
so that way me and Freno, Ray and Freno could figure out what was going on, because all we heard
Okay.
as we were walking up was the battle, and everybody else got scared and
Guys,
one of us.
Ray, Swanson, we still went through the field. You guys went up first, and then you came
Oh,
back.
yeah,
Told us
yeah.
what you saw,
Yeah, we went
and then we
through.
all went.
I don't.
And
And then Jocelyn was talking about it on the caravan ride up there. That's the only reason that Grimjaw knows.
Gotcha.
Is that Jocelyn was saying
Yeah, you're
on
right.
Yeah.
I saw the dragon flying around, and it was like misty, and everywhere the dragon went, the ghost soldiers would disappear.
Yep.
But whether the dragon was actually silver or just, I
Still
imagine it
huge.
was silver. I don't. It looked silver, but I'm not positively sure exactly what I saw. Except I knew it was a dragon,
Yep. That's my fault.
and
I
it made the
remembered that wrong.
and it made the ghosts go away. So thank you for the clarification. But yeah, I remember that.
Yep. That was my fault. I remembered it wrong.
No worries. Happens all the time. I do the same dang thing every day.
It sounds to me like you need to head towards where the druids are on Yester Hill. It sounds like you may have seen something that leads up there.
And that's towards the area with the swamp, correct? Because that's as we were coming back from the swamp after we fought Baba Yaga, where the hag out there. That's where, as we were leaving, that's where we saw this reenactment, if you will. So the dragon wasn't actually there. It was part of this, in quote, reenactment, if you will.
You haven't been here very long, have you?
No.
We've
No,
seen
we
a lot,
haven't.
but no, we haven't been here that long.
It seems as Strahd may be toying with you.
Oh, I am not surprised.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I know as we walked through this area, we weren't attacked by a dragon or anything, so I would.
Yes, but he may have been leading you directly into a trap over there.
Well, I know as the dragon was flying, this veil was cut and revealed this house or castle on this hill.
Yes, that happens here from time to time. As the fog opens, you can see things from either the past or from a potential future of what that past would have been before this curse fell on this land. And now he uses that almost like mirages to draw people, especially if they become too pesky for him.
Well, let me ask you a question. In your history, do you remember a large battle between humans where some wore regular helmets and some had helmets with horns?
That was a long time ago, well before Strahd ever became part of this land. That
Because
was
that
two kings battling over territory.
that was the battle we walked through with the ghostly creatures that we're fighting.
Yes, it's a long ago battle, simply territorial between two kings. Every once in a while, when the fog or mist gets split, either visions from the past or the future can bleed through those.
Do you know which king won?
I don't.
Okay. So what do we do with that?
I don't know.
Where are these? Where's this Strahd that you speak of that ran off with one of these stones? If you were to point us in the direction, would it be the way we came, or is it somewhere different?
It's in Yester Hill.
Okay, you spoke of yesterday, but
Okay. So he was kind of explaining to you guys Yester Hill and that the druids kind of have taken that area over, and that's where some of the attacks are coming from on this winery. Jeffrey kind of perks his head up for a second and goes, Where is it? And he'll go ahead. If you go here, there's a trail that heads south out of the winery here that you haven't been through yet. And it winds and meanders kind of south and west of here a little bit. The trail only leads there. You can't miss it. Hey! Wasn't that dragon thing kind of that direction?
yeah, it was. Jeffrey.
Well, what do you guys say?
Okay.
I'm for it.
That was where we were headed after here, so might as well.
Finally, I've been looking to swing my sword.
As the kids
No
say,
doubt that's going to happen.
as the kids say, let's make haste.
Never heard a kid say that.
Or Uber thing to say.
You did not
So-
grow up near a compound, that is for sure.
With that, he bids you guys farewell after pointing you down the trail that will lead you there. And you end up in the very unfortunate, dark and misty and foggy trails yet again of Barovia. I need everyone to roll me a D100 again. Wait, no. Everybody but Chuck rolls me a D100.
Oh. Why do I have a bad feeling again?
Nice.
Okay. So, let's see. That started with Grimjaw, right?
63.
50.
That's me.
Got it. Oh, come on. Give it to me. Good job, Jeffrey.
Jeez.
Okay. It's about a quarter of a day's travel down this trail. It's not bad. You do begin to notice there's been some small areas of trees cleared, nothing that seems overly concerning, but there are some clear-cut areas, but they're not large. We're talking 4 or 5 foot by 5 foot areas where a few trees have been taken. As you begin to approach a small opening into an area, you get to see this hill begin to rise above you. There's black stones placed at different, almost appears to be terraces or levels, and the hill rises almost 500 feet above you. I need you remaining 4 to roll 100s again.
Oh, that time I didn't get so lucky.
Ooh.
Okay. So as you look at this very large hill, it's absolutely clear cut. The grass around you's dead. There are stones that are black and slimy, some of them covered in moss. The trail leads out in front of you as you walk into the opening.
Hey.
And this is the area you guys will be entering from the far northeast.
Gonna have to smell.
And for reference, on this, 1 square is 50 feet.
Oh,
I did the math on some of the stuff. It actually checks out.
Did you say 50 or 15?
50. The tokens are a little big, but we'll deal with it. Because the way that
No,
the
I
artwork
was-
plays out.
I was just doing that because the last time we did a map like this, it said 100 and the square was 15 or 10 by the ruler. And
Yeah, I don't
we-
think the ruler's going to be our friend again. Yeah, the ruler's not our friend.
The ruler's 15.
Yep, the ruler's not our friend. But the way the artwork is drawn out, so we'll have to come up with a scaling.
Mm.
But we'll do that on the fly.
very.
Because we can zoom in a long ways on this map, too.
Yeah.
And so then if 1 square equals 10, it's a 2-to-1 ratio, you can figure it out. So yeah, you guys have begun to emerge into what you've been told is Yester Hill.
How big are the rocks?
What's that?
How big are these rocks?
So the pieces that you can see that are kind of piled up there, probably each of them is going to weigh somewhere between 100 and 200 pounds. The piles themselves are roughly 5 to 6 feet tall, and they're just kind of dotted, almost like gumdrops all the way around in 2 concentric circles.
Oh. How are we supposed to kill a bird with these?
You're saying 1 square is how many feet?
50.
Okay.
So multiplied.
Well, it's going to take us a while to get to these stones if we're coming out of the woods up over If we're coming up from in here, right in here, this is where we're coming in at.
Yeah, you guys are all the way back, even further up in the woods yet.
Yeah, you gotta like back it up. Minus 57%.
My here.
No, keep going.
The tokens are still further up the trail.
Yeah, you gotta zoom out.
Oh, way
Yeah.
up there. Okay. It's going to take us a day to get down to there. For those of us with short legs that can't go more than 30 feet, it's going to take me a while to get. I'm going to be the last one in line here, guys.
Just jump on the wolf!
There's plenty of room on my wolf.
And again, for the sake of time, this part of the coverage we're not going to go turn-based on. It's just going to be as you guys begin to get closer to the clearing in the tree line where you can see it begin to open up here. You've already noticed that from this first point to this second point, it has become increasingly uphill. You've probably already gained 60 or 70 feet in elevation at that point. And again, if you're curious, the arrows are the different elevation lines. If you look all the way to the bottom of the map, go all the way down there, it shows you plus 100, plus 200, plus 300, plus 400.
Oh, gee.
Oh, yeah.
So it shows it's a fairly steep hill to get to the top of this.
Oh, come on, Wolfie. Up and away.
Chuck and the wolf start flying in the air. Just going up.
So, what do you guys do? You got a trail in front of you.
We're gonna go up the trail.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck is just going vertical with his wolf.
Yeah, there's nothing else we can do but walk up this trail.
Okay.
You stop us when you want
So
us to.
Yep, you guys get to the very first part where now you can see the trail has split, where there's 2 equal paths taking off in either direction, with on either side of it, some higher, some lower, these black stone mounds have now come into full view. They look like they've been very purposefully placed.
A bad feeling about this. These are gonna wake up.
Let's see. All right, who do we got left? All right, Ray Sloth Rhodey, I need you guys all to roll me a d20 now.
Uh-oh.
Which one was it, Jacqueline? You rolled twice.
No, a 16. I just rolled 116.
I
Oh, Swanson,
accidentally
sorry.
rolled.
I say Rana.
Go with that.
So 8, 16. Okay. The world is your oysters. What do you want to do?
Chuck and his wolf start heading over to the rock because he now wants to touch the rock.
Okay.
Everyone else?
I'm gonna do a perception check.
And Grimjaw's gonna do an Arcana check on the black rock.
Okay.
All right.
No, I'm not.
Before you can do that, Chuck is going to lay hands on the rock. Where is his investigation?
I got a 21 for an Arcana check on these supposed black stones.
He's got a 14 for investigation by rubbing the rock. What has he learned?
You can tell, first and foremost, that these rocks were definitely placed purposefully. This isn't an accidental formation. They've been here for a very long time due to the fact that they have got a slime and some moss growing on each individual one. The Arcana check coming back. There is something magical, but it's not necessarily tuned to all of these individual piles, but there is something magical brewing in these stones. You can tell that some of them have more significance than others as you view the area.
I'm gonna walk back over and I'm gonna look at Ray and I'm gonna say, cousin, be warned. There's definitely some form of magic in these black rocks. Something about them is that there are others that are more important. I almost wonder if they're ley lines for a magical conduit.
While he's doing that, Chuck cracks his fingers and then casts out of truth on a rock.
Yes!
Fuck, why are you here?
And the rock is just a rock and doesn't communicate because it's a fucking rock.
Oh.
I rolled a
see.
16 on a perception check. Do I notice anything?
A stone-faced one.
You're right in the same realm as the other one. There's obviously a pattern to these rocks. This isn't haphazard. There was definitely purpose and reason to them, but kind of unknown at this point, other than that the area is completely clear cut. The grass itself is all dead in this area. That's really what you get.
I don't think my
I
zone
would
of
like
truth is
to-
large enough.
I'm moving over to here. Taking my time. And I'm just gonna stop and listen. Watch.
I'd like him to make an investigation check as well on hopefully the significant rocks or what appear to be the more significant rocks. I want to kind of investigate the pattern and what the difference is for when the pattern either stops or restarts. I got a 15.
So, near as you can tell, the pattern isn't very evident. It's just that they were all attempted to be constructed mostly the same. There's some small variances in between them, but across, if you want to call it 85% of them, they're almost as close to identical as you could be if you were taking random stones from the wild and piling them into something trying to look like the same thing.
I've seen this before. It may be called obsessive compulsive disorder.
I'm climbing further on up.
And I'm following you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop right here. And I'm looking around, and these things, they're, from what I can see, they're evenly spaced, all about the same size, almost like some type of fence without slats.
All right, Sloth
And I'm-
Brody, I need you to both roll me a d4.
Okay.
Okay. Brody. As everyone has been investigating these rocks and looking at these rocks, you begin to hear a whisper. No one else can hear it but you. A deep voice is carried along the winds coming back from the trail. Long have I waited for one who is worthy. My spear hungers for blood. Retrieve it and rule these mountains in my stead, just like the mighty warriors from the early days of the Whispering Wall. And you can feel almost this weird magnetic pull from that voice beginning to try to drag you back towards that split. Well, I guess you guys are at the second split. Yeah. So bringing you back to the split that you guys are at, and it's starting to try to pull you down the path this way. If I can get my ping to work, come on, ding-a-ling, click the right thing. It's going to try to take you down the path this way.
Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but someone's whispering in my ear about the spear. And it's wanting me to go over by where Jeffrey's at and go down on the path, which would be our left-hand side. So I walk back just a little bit, and it wants me to head this way.
Are we sure it's not a trap?
I mean, I don't think anybody else is hearing this.
If it is a trap, we should all go down. That way we're best prepared.
Of course, Chuck, you would want to take the trap, but I'm just letting you know I'm feeling strong compulsed to go this way. It's talking about a spear and to rule, and I feel kind of compelled to go this way.
Well,
Okay.
then I say lead the way. Hopefully this spear helps you well.
I mean, I can continue to ignore the temptation if we want to keep going up, but I'm just letting you know what I'm feeling.
The promise of a strong weapon is, I think it would be beneficial to us. Besides, I like this whispering to you. Sounds
don't.
very healthy.
I don't.
It's making me go against my own beliefs of just being natural and observant. It's telling me I should go here.
You are being very observant within yourself.
Well, I mean, it's up to you guys. If not, I can try
Doc,
to
I think
ignore
your
it.
stone is working.
Oh, yes, my stone.
Okay.
Lead the way.
Okay, yeah. Everybody else going to come?
I'm following.
Okay.
Just up here.
Right now he's hovering about 10 feet above the ground.
So we're gonna slowly take our time and go this way, because I'm going to go on defensive and unsheath my two scimitars. I don't like this.
Yep.
Jeffrey
Okay,
gives his turtle shell a slap. Like he's checking his pads.
Ray's gonna pull out his staff and here we go.
As we start walking down this path, Kenny, does the voice start picking up more prominent than just a whisper that was trying to convince me?
You do not hear the whisper anymore, but there's a feeling inside of you that you started to feel earlier that is now becoming more intense. Almost as if in a game of hot or cold, it feels like you're walking towards it and it's becoming more entrenched inside of your gut.
Are we going in the right direction here?
Yes, we are. I don't hear the voice, but I have a strong complexion urge, and it's picking up as we go.
Ooh, it's like a sounding rod now. We hold you by your feet?
No, Chuck, no feet.
Wheelbarrow him like a metal detector.
Chuck, you can see above. Do you see anything since you're kind of floating? Rose?
I see you. I see the trail. I see rocks.
Do you see
I see
anything
grass.
on the trail, Chuck?
Where did it go?
Besides us.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna roll perception here since I'm kind of running this.
How
I was just gonna have
thick-
you roll me a perception quick.
Yeah, I was gonna ask how thick the fog is.
Surprisingly enough, in here, for whatever reason, there's not much fog here. And Freno, with a 17, you can almost begin to feel a pull almost from your heart forward down the trail.
Okay, we're continuing down this trail. It's getting stronger.
Lead the way.
Okay, here we go. Watch your step. Don't trip in the air.
Okay.
As you
Please don't trip on air.
came up to that rock pile right there,
Uh-huh.
it's almost like a sonic shockwave went through you.
Oh,
And without knowing it, you knew this was kind of where things came or emanated from.
it's something right around here. I'm not very magical, but I feel it's really strong, and it stopped.
Let me
Chuck and the wolf
do
land
something.
on top. Chuck and the
I'll
wolf
make an
land on top
arcana
of the
check.
rock.
You absolutely can make an Arcana check.
What are you,
I'm
what
gonna
are
see
you
if I
going
can
to do,
spend-
Chuck?
We land on
I
top
got
of the rock.
5.
Oh, nice roll.
Yeah.
So there's nothing really magical about this. You can feel something by rolling that well. You understand that there's something else at play, but it's not necessarily any sort of trap or anything waiting to spring a magical anything at you. Nothing is going to aim poorly at you that you
No,
know
that's-
of, that you've trained on.
I'm not
Thing
looking
mean
for
that-
magical traps and such. I'm looking for high amounts of magical energy emanating from a source. Because, I mean, there's magic everywhere. I know that. I'm not expecting a magic trap.
Okay.
I'm just looking for literally whatever it is that might have a high concentration of magic. Something that is drawing Feno in. Because, like, we're essentially looking for an item. So if anything stands out of the ordinary or magically innocent lights up.
I'll have to give that to you because they didn't give me that in the module, but I like the idea where you're going with that, as far as that makes sense. You definitely know that whatever it is in that rock pile.
Hey, Chuck, you might want to move off the pile.
Chuck, I need your help clearing this pile.
All right.
He lands on the ground next to the pile.
Walks up. What do you want me to do?
Start moving rocks, taking rocks, and putting them, and he points just like a few feet over to the right. Start removing rocks, please.
All right. Chuck looks at the rock pile, then using his average wisdom, decides to go large.
One at a time as he grows large. One at a time. Do not move all the rocks at once.
Oh.
Wasted effort, my friend.
How big are these rocks again?
50 to 200 pounds, depending on probably the lower base ones are a couple 100 pounds, upper ones are 50 pounds.
I mean, in terms of like size.
I mean, rock size.
Need us to make strength checks?
I'm trying to gauge whether he can hold two rocks, like one rock in each hand, or whether he has to use
Like
both
palm a
hands.
basketball. Just palming them like basketballs.
I move quickly.
I'm gonna make up a DC on the strength for this to be able to move them, because it didn't give me one.
Okay.
They obviously weren't planning on people being this in depth with thinking about it. So DC of 13 on strength will get you to move one of the rocks.
Alright, so I failed the first time. It's too
Crap.
heavy. There we go. That's better.
Those were heavy rocks.
You
I couldn't
got
move
it,
the
Chuck.
first rock, but the second rock, I got it.
Grimjaw,
Maybe
you're
try.
looking good.
He just tried to grab one of the ones at the base, I guess.
Yeah.
Chuck, from the top! The top! Big guy!
Okay, I'll try from the top.
I'd say. Okay, this one he grabs like a basketball.
Where do I put it? Where do I put this rock?
Off to the
Oh, that's
side,
right.
Chuck.
Right. Here.
Just chucks it. Now I'm rolling for distance.
Oh god.
It's just a little throw.
What direction were you planning on throwing this?
Just to the side, off to the safe, or the other rocks.
Which side?
If I'm looking to the north, I guess to the east.
Okay, so downhill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I go for another rock?
Yep. Keep going.
You got it, Chuck.
And you suddenly hear a giant crash as the rock that he threw blasts through another pile of rocks at the bottom of the 100-foot drop that he just chucked it over.
Oops. I wonder if that pile is anything. Oh well. Let's go for this one.
Throws another rock, or throws the second rock.
Why am I not seeing anybody's dice rolls right now?
You should be seeing mine.
Maintain the
The
refresh.
The last one I've got is Grimjaw's Arcana check.
Yeah, I had to refresh mine because it wasn't popping up.
Okay, there we go. Got it.
Yeah, so it's the next rock he throws, it is just straight down to that pile. The one that got wrecked by the other rock.
He's just over here being Bobby Bulldozer.
It's just a little game of bowling. That's,
I feel sorry for any monster right now hearing this.
Was a 14 enough?
Yeah, 13 was the DC.
Oh, 6. He's got another rock. How far does he throw this one?
That one damn near made the tree line. Because you gotta remember, you guys are up at this point. You're up like 250 feet. And so when he gives that a good huck, it don't take long to cover distance.
Momentum.
Oh.
Oh God!
Okay, that one hits the
That
tree.
one took a tree. That one took a tree out. The tree just explodes.
So with that last throw that Chuck did, my natural 20 on my perception that I just did.
Yep.
Friggin' look down at the tree line. And there's friggin' small family of baby rabbits that the rock just took out.
You just watch this, just horrified, just. Oh no!
Oh. Now the real
Chuck.
question is, does he tell Chuck?
Who?
Chuck, you really gotta watch where you throw those. You just slaughtered a family of rabbits down out that tree line.
Oh.
Chuck now rolls
I'm
all of his.
sad.
Chuck now rolls all of his strengths at disadvantage
How many more?
because he's Sag. Like 2 more, 3 more.
Well, he's in giant form, so technically he'd
just
be
normal rolls.
just
It puts it
flat
back to
rolls.
single rolls.
Oh, he just grabs this next one very lethargically, like, oh, what do I do? Drops it.
It's so bad.
And so, with that last rock that Chuck just picked up, you uncover now what you can see as the bottom half of a grave. You can see some skeletal remains, some rotting clothes. There's one rock remaining covering the upper half. Laying
This
across
is
the
like-
body, you see the shaft of a spear across the legs and going up further into the grave.
Oh, jeez, guys, we just desecrated a graveyard.
Oh no.
Oh, jeez.
Is that on my own?
Is that a problem for you? Oh, I suppose you are a holy one. This is your first time?
I'm not in a habit of uprooting the dead,
Understood.
unless there's someone that I can heal. When we're done here, can we put some rocks back on top and lay this person back to rest, please?
Okay.
Perhaps this was the mountain of weapons that the Wizard of Wine spoke of.
Oh.
Did he say there was more than one?
Yes, he simply said there are weapons out on this mountain, or there was a mountain of weapons from fallen foes, which actually makes sense as he kind of kicks the dead body a little bit. It makes sense for this to be, I almost wonder if all the black stones are, in fact, tombstones.
That would make sense.
Agreed.
So who's gonna take the weapon?
Freno, that whispering voice comes back one more time. You have been chosen. Take these weapons and use them.
Oh,
Tell your
it's-
friends not to worry. We're okay with you using them.
Evidently, these weapons that we find, they're- will be okay. It's telling me to strongly take this weapon, but there's only one.
That's what you think.
Puts
Huh?
up his rock.
Chuck, put the rock down before you hurt another pink rabbit. It was white, but the
Oh.
mist caused it to go pink.
Oh, you're right.
Put
Oh,
it down, gentle. Here you go.
okay. And we sets down the rock.
So-
Frenno, you have pulled out. Yeah, I'm assuming you said you pulled it out, right?
No, I'm going to. I'm a little bit nervous here, though.
Okay.
That compulsion. Who can actually tell me if this is cursed or not? I'm not grabbing it quite yet.
Actually, I believe that is my expertise. And
Okay.
Grimshaw is going to go over there and he's going to spend 10 minutes to cast Identify.
Okay.
So, what is this spear's? You know, is it cursed? Is it blessed? Does it have a +1? Does it have a +2? Does it have an elemental? Is it greater chance for nat 20? All of it. Just
Got
tell
it.
me what weapon. Yeah, all of it.
1, 2, skip a few, 99, 10. So, because you don't have any checks on that, right?
No,
Okay.
it just does.
So, you can tell that this is a spear from a berserker. It was from the leader of a group of berserkers that were here millennia ago, who fought in very heavy battle. This specific one belonged to a man named Cavins, and it adds a +2 to all attack and all damage rolls.
So it's a +2 spear.
Yes.
Okay. Spears do 1d6.
And I don't know if the blood spear adds anything to that or not. I'm not even sure if that's fully an item.
What does the description say?
It just called it the blood spear +2 to attack and damage rolls.
Okay, so then yeah, it's just +2 spear with
So it'd be like
fancy.
A fancy name coming from a fancy boy.
Yes, Mr. Cavins. Mr. Cavins, party of 3 Cavins. And,
Oh, I forgot to tell you.
yeah,
The only other thing about that is it is only that to the person that was called to it.
Okay.
So real quick, ready? Since you were getting it, if you go to your inventory and you click on manage inventory, underneath the filter where you can look for stuff, there is a blood spear.
Ooh.
There is a blood spear, but it is not a +2. So remember, whenever you roll your damage and everything, just mentally tack on the +2.
He should be able to customize the weapon once it's in his inventory.
Yeah, that
should
too.
be able to add a 2 hit, 2 damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Grimjaw, do you think it's safe to grab?
Absolutely, especially since it called to you.
Okay. Breno looks at it, looks at Grimjaw. Here we go. Grabs it with one hand. Wow. Interesting.
Yes, it's very nice. It definitely tacks on to your use of it. It will serve you well.
Never seen something like this before. Wow. It
Uh,
feels really light.
Also, the blood spear automatically adds a +2.
Okay. That's what I thought. It was either gonna
Yeah, the blood
Either we already
spirit.
mentioned.
Yeah, the blood spirit comes from the Curse of Strahd module.
Nice. Shall we continue back to the main path?
I'm fine with either way.
That seemed like the most direct route.
We need to put this grave back intact, though. That's what Jacqueline asked.
If you please.
Drago's gonna sling his big old greatsword. I think very much is like a bleach style greatsword. He's gonna sling it over his back, and he's gonna be like, "I'll leave that to the holy ones." He's gonna start walking.
Within very short order, you guys are able to do a few little back and forths. Chuck stubs his toe a couple times. And you get it between the ones that you had to grab and then grabbing one from a different one and bringing it over. It within 20 minutes, it begins to look pretty much close to what the other ones look like. It, you can tell somebody's been in there, but it is good enough to be reassembled and at least appear to be a gravestone again, now that you've discovered that those potentially are all gravestones.
Thank you so much, fellas. I appreciate it. I'm going to
course,
say a little
Jacqueline.
blessing and thank it for its gift, and then we can move on. I feel better about that now. Hang on.
Blood for the blood. Blood for blood.
What I really want to do is head up the middle now.
Yes, let's venture forth.
Give a minute for everybody to catch up.
The only thing I don't like about this tool is why? I do not know why my Discord is having so much trouble tonight.
Just, it's most likely an internet issue. But,
Which is weird because all of my like SCADA stuff and all my control stuff is through ISP stuff too. So I think I'd be getting, my phone would be blowing up if we were having internet connection problems because we got loss of communication alarms.
Mendoza just bad Discord thing.
Might just be. All right, so I have rejoined Grimjaw back at the proverbial fork in the road.
Hold on, I'll move it.
Reynolds just looking at the spear and trying to fill it out.
We all moved ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
It is, something's funking around with my internet then.
They've hacked your Wi-Fi.
Oh, dang it. Okay, so yeah, you guys got way ahead of me then.
Yeah, we gotta. It's kind of like we gotta, unless we're gonna keep going towards that middle center, unless something deters us.
Well, that's what we got to talk about, guys. Because as you are approaching from this side, and you get to begin to look into this circle of rocks, and as you were approaching it, every once in a while a lightning bolt would come down and strike the rocks surrounding this circle. It's approximately 250 feet in diameter, and it's mostly gravel and rock, but there's patches of dead grass that go around it. You can also see, and I gotta flip to the page now. You guys are making me jump my notes. Gosh darn it. Here we go. So as the lightning begins to strike the edge of the stones, in the darkness you see a 50-foot tall statue made of tightly woven sticks, twigs, packed together with mud, black earth. The statue resembles a towering, cloaked man with fangs. As that becomes into your view, across this 250-foot circle, you also see Mr. Strahd come riding in on his fiery horse.
Hello.
I forget the name of the horse right now.
That's
But
it.
it is
Nice.
Insurance.
Oh, I know what it is. It's called Nightmare.
Calm down, Avenged Sevenfold. Goodness gracious.
As he enters this circle, he calls out, "Friends, it's time!"
We friends?
And emerging from under some of these dead grassy patches and awakening and coming out, you see a group of druids and berserkers all stand up and dust off.
I don't think we're friends, guys.
I don't think he wants an autograph from us.
No.
They
Let's just try to
begin
hide.
they begin chanting, taking turns going around the circle chanting.
Are they chanting?
Druidic things.
So French.
We.
Disgusting.
And this just continues on. The chant just keeps rolling around this circle. Lightning begins to splash the rocks a little more frequently. The wall is about 10 foot tall for reference.
Yeah, so Chuck can still see over it.
Okay.
If anyone inside the circle looks up, they'll just see a giant bearded man looking down on him.
And they're all incredibly focused on their chanting right now.
Is going to he's just going to start running towards one of the very first one he can get to. He recognizes ritual summoning.
Okay.
Is that a berserker?
It is.
He's going to go to the druid instead.
Okay.
And he would like to try to stop him from chanting. So he's going to attempt to grapple and cover his mouth.
Unfortunately, as you do that, Shit, we're gonna have to. This is gonna get funky.
The druid bites your hand.
Yeah, no, it's fine that way. I just gotta pull up Strahd's character sheet.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Oral.
Oh no.
Good.
Shit.
Hold. Swanson, this might be a good time to pop that ad break. We can get that out of the way. Although, I mean, we're so close to probably having to call it for everybody anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go. Strahd. Oh. Gib.
As you do that real quick, Ray's gonna yell up at Jocelyn. Jocelyn, you know that circle of silence or sphere of silence that you have?
Yep,
I would
I'm
get
looking at it
ready
right
to
now.
use that. Yeah, get ready
Okay.
to use that.
Okay, it's only a 20-foot radius. My thinking is if I plan it right here. Let's see, give me a white. Right in here.
You
That's
can't
about
go
20 feet.
can't go off the ruler, so it'd be
I know, I'm just.
about
It's
half
20
that.
feet and the squares are 50 feet. So I'm thinking it might be just big enough
Yeah.
to stop
Like
everything
that
from coming
size.
out of the ring of rocks. So nothing
I
can
mean-
pass through it.
You can also put it on that berserker and the druid and stop those two from doing it. Not over there,
Here?
over like
I can
Yeah,
get
right
maybe
there.
2 of them.
yeah.
Yeah, this isn't making any sense with this spacing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's 20 feet in diameter, and these are 50-foot spots, so it's going to take up about a quarter, or like maybe this. Not quite half of each square. It's 20 feet of emerald, so they take up a little bit. So I can silence these 2 as long as they stay in the circle, because the circle goes to the spot, not the person.
Yeah, I was about to say, if we're really using that scaling, he is 200 feet away from me.
Okay,
Yep.
I can cast this out 120 feet. So if I am here, I can cast it over here or over here for about this much
Yeah.
space.
Well, I mean, Grimjaw's already on that one. So
Okay.
if whatever is playing
Scoot
out,
over.
yeah, I would do it on
So
this.
this is 50, 100. The furthest I could put it out would be out to this area. So I could put it over here. That will stop their chanting, but won't do anything for any of the others.
Yeah.
And
But,
I
I
have
mean,
to
the more-
concentrate, and it will last for let's see,
Up to an hour?
up to 10 minutes.
Oh,
But I have to concentrate. It'll last up to 10 minutes. Now I have to stop and heal somebody, then this spell will stop.
All right. Chuck waltzes on over to the wall. 50 feet. He can go 30 feet. He
Okay.
teleports across it to get to this druid. And does an unarmed strike.
We're gonna have to hit something and roll some initiative for all of this, I think.
Well, man,
I gotta do a grapple check
I was
before any of
just
this.
I was just waiting until Skinny had his thing. Like my old thing with telling Jocelyn to get ready to use it. I wasn't telling her to use it just yet.
Haven't used it yet. I'm just saying, look, I can
Yeah.
cast it over here, I can cast it over there, but I gotta think.
Yeah.
And
But,
and with Grimdraw now spooking the first druid, I think we need to do this. So
Hey, buddy, roll
that's not supposed to be there.
Do I do a grapple check first then? Since it's before combat started?
Yeah, you can do that since you took him by surprise by coming around the corner while he was focusing on chanting. I'm good with that.
Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Where the hell is it? Where's grapple? I can't remember if it's own thing or what.
It's you'll do an unarmed strike, and then they have to do a strength check, if I remember correctly.
Okay. And what's mine would be what? 8. My DC would be 8 plus proficiency plus my strength modifier.
Mhm.
All right, unarmed strike. Does a 15 hit this guy? This druid?
Yes.
Okay, and then he has to make a strength check against mine, which would be, because what's our proficiency? Is it +3?
It's whatever your proficiency is, bud.
Oh, my proficient. Well, see, oh, that's what I'm wondering. Is it our proficiency bonus? We all have the same proficiency bonus. That means if you're proficient in it.
Is your strength number. So if your number is 10 plus your modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
I'm pretty sure it's the plus on your strength, so it'd be your +1, +2, whatever it is.
Mhm.
Okay,
Got
so
that.
then it's 10 plus my strength modifier, then I guess.
And then
So
your
that would-
proficiency bonus.
Yeah, that's
have
what I'm
a
wondering.
Yes,
that- the
plus-
way it's rating
Plus
here,
3 on your proficiency.
Okay,
if you,
so
if you click unarmed strike, it'll tell you under grapple what they have to do.
okay. I'm checking it out right now.
And the
Yeah.
2024 rolls, they get to choose if they're gonna use their strength or their dexterity against your strength.
Oh, what a load of shit. But I get it. So it has to be a 15.
Okay. Ooh.
That is some bullshit.
Wow.
This is a squiggly druid.
That's not squiggly. That was a strength check.
Yeah, that's
The boy's been
stronger.
lifting tree trunks.
Fucking apparently.
He's branching out.
He's been
Oh,
hanging out with
Rhodey.
little.
Wow.
So a kerfluffle has now occurred between Grimjaw and a druid. The druid successfully fought off his grapple. All of this is going on, and this chant is just continually circling and circling around it. I need everyone now that the druid has made known to everyone in the circle that there is an attack underway. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Dang,
What
I wish I
the
cast that
fuck?
spell.
Jesus Christ.
Because you wrestled.
Here's
Oh.
my fucking initiative. Can I look my roll?
Yeah, mulligan.
Hold on. Wait. I have heroic inspiration. Can I reroll?
If you want to burn it now,
I get.
God.
Okay, that's better.
Chuck, quick question. Your
Yeah.
wolf. That's a mode of transport. Is it also an attack vector, or is it just a mode of transport?
Just double check. You're all.
The wolf can make attacks.
Here's my initiative count, and it functions as controlled mount.
Oh, but it does follow your initiative.
Yeah.
Okay. So for whatever reason, when we have that on the map, it views that as a monster.
Yeah, I just like it.
Reading it as a monster because of it being a winter wolf.
Yes. So if I do this, it might take it off the map. We'll find out. It didn't. Okay, neat. Okay. Well, here comes the combat order.
God,
No bueno.
Phil
Is
sticks.
that, wait, is Nightmare a freaking dragon?
No, it's a horse.
It's a horse.
Okay,
no, it's a sandwich.
I got scared.
I mean, it technically is a sandwich.
Right. This is not a song. This is a sandwich.
So, Nightmare can actually float above the ground and move 90 feet.
It's another
So-
skull.
He can make it. That would be 50. So he can make it about there, approximately. Okay. That now puts 50. Ew, I'm gonna say Grimjaw is outside of my 120 foot range because as the crow flies, that's gonna be a little bit more.
Yeah.
That ends Strahd's turn. Little Chuck, you're up.
So did we agree on just using the ruler, or did we agree on conversion? I'm
We
trying
have
to
to-
remember.
We have to stick to the 50-foot rule for this encounter.
Right,
so
great. So
each-
can I assume this wall is thinner than 30 feet?
Yeah, it'd be 25 feet is what it'd be.
Yeah, and it's a thick boy wall. It's 10 foot tall, roughly, and
Right.
That's
rather robust.
Since I'm in my giant form, I can see over it, and so I just teleport over to behind this berserker right here.
When you teleport, does it actually blink you in and out of existence?
mm-hmm.
Pretty sure. It just says that Cloud
Would
Shot
your-
can magically teleport to an unoccupied space I can see.
Yeah,
Would
it's not like
your-
a ghost.
Would your atoms have had to have traveled over the wall or through the wall?
I don't think it works that way.
It doesn't. It's neither of those. It's not like it's a poltergeist moment.
No,
Okay, so it
Really?
is. He
It is
he blinked
legit
and blinked out.
teleport.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's more like beam me up, Scotty.
Okay.
And so, having done so, I then pull out the javelin I've been holding in my hand, and I stab at the berserker. I miss the berserker.
This is Berserker D, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Berserker with the big D. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. So you
So-
rolled an 8.
So I use my second attack, and I attack again. Well,
Negative Ghost Rider.
And this
Oh.
again. God. We're rolling like crap now.
in that case, is this a? Nope, that wasn't it. I guess in that case, I'll just use my bonus action to cast Divine Favor on myself. And pass my turn.
Fantastic. Alright, that puts up Druid A. who gets a whopping 30 feet, so he could make it. Actually, you know what? He's gonna chill and keep chanting. Druid A is just gonna keep chanting. Berserker A, where are you, my little friend? He's all the way down here. He is gonna go up. And so he is there, so he can go there. That's what he gets. Druid B. Where are you, Monfrey? You are perfect. You just keep chanting away there, sunshine. Freno.
Hey, I'm going to get myself as I'm moving. I'm grabbing my bow and I'm knocking an arrow. Let's see if I have line of sight of that. I do. That Berserker A, I'm gonna fire an arrow at him.
Okay. I am fairly confident that hits, but let me double check. Oh yeah, yep.
Okay.
So, Berserker A, 11 damage. Got it. What else you got?
That's it.
That's it. On to Druid C, which is there. He's just gonna keep doing his thing for now. Ray, you're up.
Step of the Wind, which allows me to dash as a bonus action. So 50. All that 80 ish. Berserker B. I'm gonna use my short bow to attack. 12.
On a Berserker, does not hit.
I'm
18
gonna
hits.
try to hit him again. 5 points of damage.
And that was to B.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Which puts Berserker B up. Him sensing a little bit of trouble is going to start moving towards the door. So he's got 30 foot, which is going to put him about there. Then, old boy here can't do a darn thing from that point forward. That's it. Jocelyn, you're up.
Okay. I was gonna cast Silence, but I can only put it on one of them. I'm gonna do a slightly different tactic here. It's a bonus action. Okay. I'm gonna use a cantrip. I am gonna throw a guiding bolt. And I'm gonna aim it at the berserker in the doorway, right here. It'll go up to 120 feet, but he's in the way of everything else. That's all I can see.
Okay.
So when I cast a guiding bolt, hold on. What's out here? $21.
Oh yeah.
And radiant damage, 11.
Okay. Got it.
And I can use, as a bonus action, Sanctuary, which within 30 feet of me for 1 round will protect a creature. Anybody attacking that creature will take the damage themselves. So I'm going to cast that Sanctuary, and I'm going to put it, let's see, within 30 feet. I'm going to put it on Freno. Because he's right now at most risk from this berserker and from anybody else that can see him. Okay? And that's my turn. So Freno
Okay.
now has Sanctuary on him.
Basically a shield.
What it does is this lasts for 1 round. Until a spell ends, any creature who targets a warded creature with an attack roll or a damaging spell must succeed on a wisdom saving throw, or choose a new target or lose their attack.
Okay.
Okay?
Jeffrey, seeing all of this begin to pop off, is gonna do what he can. He can only move 30 feet, so he can only get up next to Jocelyn at this point. And then he will look at Berserker B, take his bow that he has, and ooh, it misses.
Oh.
And I can't do the rest of that right now. So that's gonna end his turn.
You can use that bow
You can
again.
attack twice.
What's that?
You get to attack twice. You're over level 5 fighter.
Yep. You can use the bow twice.
Shit. That's right. 2 attacks. 2 attacks. 2 attacks. I forget that with him. Oh, that one's gonna hit. And we get 10. So Berserker B takes another 10. That arrow, as it pierces into his rib cage, you see Berserker B begin to stagger and breathe a little bit heavier. That brings up Berserker C, who is where? He's over here. He is going to create a shield on Druid F by standing in front of him. And he really doesn't have any other actions outside of that. Druid D is just gonna continue to chant. Druid E is where he is. He's right in trouble with Grimjaw, so he's actually gonna turn to Grimjaw. He gets to make 2 attacks with his vine staff. So, attack number 1. Oh.
Motherfucker.
So damage on that.
Ow.
4.
That advantage or the crit.
Oh, was that a
Rolled in-
crit?
Yeah, he rolled in at 20.
I didn't see the nat number. I only saw the total number on my end.
Yep.
So double
Rolled
it.
in 20 plus 5. So 9 points of damage.
Okay.
That's weird that it didn't show that on my end. Okay, and then his second attack. 22.
I'm gonna let it hit. Fuck it. I'll save the spell slot. That one's 6.
So that's Druid E's turn. Nightmare is now up. Ooh, shit. Okay, that's fun. Can't do that now, but that's fun. So they're gonna make their way another 90 feet. So they're gonna go from here to about here. And Nightmare's gonna end its turn there because that's really what it's got.
So Strahd can move.
He's
The
riding
horse.
Nightmare. He's
Because
riding
he's
Nightmare.
riding him. Yep.
Oh. Okay. So you use Strahd's movement speed and the horse's movement speed while he's on the horse.
No, so Nightmare itself can go 90 feet because it can float
Yep.
above the ground.
Yep. And then you also moved him on Strahd's turn.
Right, because no matter what, the horse is going to be able to do the moving. Because he's
Gotcha.
riding the horse.
Yeah, so long as you're mounted, your mount has the same initiative as you.
Gotcha.
So it doubles.
So technically, since Strahd is on it,
It shares Shroud's initiative
yeah,
order.
the horse should have not gone this time
Oh,
because Strahd
Okay,
is
so
on
I
it.
can skip him in the initiative
Yep.
order then.
Yep.
That's right. Okay, my bad.
Now, if Strahd dismounts,
Then they
Whole
go
nother
separate. Yep. Nope, I've just got to set up for it. My initiative order is just rolling in front of me, so I'm just running with that as I got it.
Yeah. So
Up
let's say, and I'm sure this ain't gonna fucking happen, but let's say we killed Strahd, then the horse would go into initiative where Strahd was.
Okay. All right, so that puts us up to Berserker D, who is now facing little Chuck. He don't get to do much besides take his great axe and try to take a big old swing, so he's got to get a little closer because even though it doesn't look like it, we're not that close. So we're gonna snuggle real close there, Chuck.
Mm-hmm. $22, that hits.
How the frick am I rolling so good right now?
I don't know, but you need to stop.
Ow.
That was
Ooh.
a crit damage too because it's a 1d12 plus 3. Good
You mean
lord.
max damage?
Yeah, or max damage. Not yeah, it was just the most I could possibly freaking roll in that.
Wow.
So that is all he can do though. That is his singular attack. Druid F, where are you, my friend? He's hiding.
Yeah.
He is going to retreat his 30 feet if he can, while continuing to chant. Grimjaw, that puts you up.
All right, I'm gonna swing at him twice with my greatsword.
This is that druid.
26 to hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That's 15 damage. Second attack. 23.
Yep.
That's 12 damage.
So
Wait.
15 and 12 is
Hold on.
27. I'm just getting the number in my head so I know what we got to keep adding from.
Yep, and I can't remember if this thing didn't calculate in the great weapon fighting. Great weapon fighting.
Should have? Question mark?
When you roll a 1 or a 2 on a damage die, it gets counted as a 3. So 6 plus 5 is 11, and that 1 gets treated as a 3. Because that was one of my 2d6s. So that is actually 9 plus 5, which makes 14. I think I brought this up before that I wasn't sure why I didn't do that, but... So that is 14 damage instead of 12.
Okay, so 29.
Yep, 29 damage.
Okay.
Then... fuck it, I really want to kill this druid. He's gonna action surge. And then he's going to cast... He's going to... Sorry. Cast Booming Blade. So we'll go back to my... To hit. Does a 25 hit?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it does my original 2d6 plus 5. So that 2 becomes a 3. So that's 12 damage. That's 5 plus 4 plus 3. Yep, that's 12. So that's 12 damage plus the initial 1d8. So that is a total of 13 more damage to him.
Okay.
And then I will... Hold on. Action. What is it? It's bonus action, I think. 2. I can't remember if second wind is a bonus action or an action.
I'm pretty sure second one's a bonus, I think.
All right. Then let me do that.
He's got it on his.
Oh, there we go. 1 bonus action.
Yep.
So we'll do that. And we will roll 1d10. Ding. 8. And then plus 5 for my fighter level. So that is plus 13 back to me. And then that is my turn.
After you got done just unleashing this holy hell on this druid, you popped an eyeball out of one of its sockets. It's hanging down by that optical nerve that holds it on. One of his arms is now missing. He is bleeding from every corner of his body. He's down on one knee, breathing heavily, just walking towards death's door. Which brings us to Berserker E, who will move his 30 feet. And then up comes Berserker F, who's going to take his 30 feet. And that brings us all the way back to the top of the order at Strahd's turn. And I think we'll call it there.
Yeah. See, Grimjaw is wondering, in his mind, if he can kill at least one of the druids, that, basically, if he can kill one of the druids, then they can't complete whatever ritual they're doing. But whether or not that's true, he doesn't know.
You inquisitive minds want to know.
We'll find out next episode of Dragon Ball Z. I mean, Curse of Strahd. With that being said, boys, girls, ladies, and gentlemen, you beautiful flockers, we'll see you next time the lake opens. Keep them wings beautiful.